Despite Sparking Zero launching with the largest roster of characters out of any Dragon Ball game with 182 playable fighters, many fans still want more. And I am right there with you guys. So we ranked every character that could be potentially added to the game as DLC from every era of Dragon Ball. From S tier, being characters we're on our knees begging Bandai to add to the game, to F tier, being characters we otherwise don't really care to see added later on. Let's get into it. Bulma is the first character on the list, and I would say Bulma is, for me, one of my strongest picks for S tier to begin with. But let me explain. For many, many, many years, Bulma has been excluded from Dragon Ball games, but I honestly think they have done other characters that have been gag characters, like or like not really gag characters, but like more melee or gun-centric characters. They've done General Blue. I honestly think Bulma has a lot of potential because you could have her like summon the Dragon Balls. You could have one of her ults have Vegeta come in. You could have her use her bike. You could have her use a gun, a rocket launcher. She uses a mech at some point. There's so many different things that you could have Bulma do in this game. You could just have her like severely underpowered, and I think that would work. But honestly, one of my top picks to have in a Dragon Ball game has always been Bulma, because I feel like you can totally do Bulma. You know what I mean? You could totally add her to the game. Tori-bot. Tori-bot, this is Akira Toriyama's avatar that he would have at the end of the mangas. He would, you know, kind of self-insert himself and give like little commentary at the end of a manga chapter and all of that good stuff. And I honestly think that could be a really, really cool addition. I think it could be a cool gag character, or it could be like a ridiculously overpowered character. You could kind of go both ways with it, but I think it could be a cool little homage to the creator of Dragon Ball that passed away earlier this year. May he rest in peace. Super 17. Okay, Super 17 is a character that a lot of people were asking for when Sparking Zero dropped the entire roster. Now, me personally, I'm not a huge Super 17 fan. I think that he's a cool character, but as far as all the villains in GT, I don't think that he stands out. As a matter of fact, I think General Rildo is a better pick for Sparking Zero, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But he was in BT3, so yes, I do actually think he should go in S tier. However, I'm not going to pretend that I'm like the biggest Super 17 fan, because I'm not. I'm not going to be a poser like that. I like who I like, and you like who you like. Black Frieza, absolutely S tier. Throw Black Frieza into the game. They are in the end of the Dragon Ball Super manga, so I think that they're eventually going to be added if this game gets updates as the manga adapts into the anime, so we'll see. The turtle from Dragon Ball. I kind of want that, but like it's not really a character that's gonna do anything crazy, you know what I mean? Like I realistically don't think he's gonna get added, but I think it'd be fun. I kind of want that to happen, you know? Peel-off machine. I'm kind of okay if they didn't re-add the peel-off machine. Peel-off machine was always like, it's a giant character, which I don't really like, and it's kind of okay. Like the abilities weren't even that crazy. But that's the thing though, is that with peel-off machine, it kind of goes back to the thing that I was talking about with Bulma, where you could have Bulma do exactly what the peel-off machine does and give her a mech. You could totally do that, but for me, I'm gonna put peel-off machine in neutral. Like, I don't really care if they re-add it or not. I'm kind of indifferent about it. Oolong and Poir, kind of the same thing. They could be gag characters and, you know, turn into a character at random and then just be super underpowered, but realistically, I don't really care if they did or not. Goku Great Ape. I kind of don't care about the Uzaru forms that much, if I'm being real with you. I kind of don't care if they re-add them or not. I think having Vegeta as Great Ape was enough, but me personally, I don't really care. I think it's okay. That's kind of with all the Uzaru forms. Yamcha from Dragon Ball. I don't want them to add this, because when Sparking Zero first dropped, I wasted my Shenron wish on a Yamcha outfit. That is the one that's in this picture. So if they add the version of Yamcha from Dragon Ball, I'm going to have entirely lost that wish. At least I can say I got a unique outfit. But with that being said, F tier on Yamcha from Dragon Ball. Not really much of a difference. Same thing with Krillin. I'd say I don't really want that either, but I'll throw it in eh. I don't really care about that really that much. Launch could be interesting. I'd be neutral if they added her to the game. I think it'd be kind of an interesting character. They could have like a unique thing where she sneezes and like becomes stronger or weaker in the middle of a fight. Could be cool, but really I'm neutral to it. Bacterian, I don't really want. Ranfan, I could see, but not really. Nam could be neutral. I'm gonna throw that in neutral. Could be cool, but I'm not really that crazy about having him re-added. Same thing with Monster Carrot. Could be cool. As a matter of fact, I think that's a want, actually. I'll throw that in A tier. Ader, yes, throw Ader back into the game, please. Please, 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 please. I love Ader. General Blue, I'm neutral if they want to re-add him, but if you do add General Blue back to the game or back to the series, please put Bulma in there. Please, I'm begging you. Staff Officer Black, I don't really care. Mercenary Tao, I do want. I think that could be a cool re-edition. He was in BT3. Bandages Mummy, don't really want. Devilman, I do want. I think that could be a really cool addition. He was also in BT3. Grandpa Gohan, absolutely. Grandpa Gohan does not get enough credit in all of Dragon Ball. I absolutely think Grandpa Gohan needs to be added to the game. I think he's like probably a top 3 pick out of all of the ones that I've I've said so far. It'd be Bulma, tori-bot, and Grandpa Gohan. Tien from Dragon Ball, don't really want that either. We have enough Tien already. He's got like a lot of costumes, so I don't really think you need all of that. He's got all the fits from Dragon Ball anyway. So Master Shen, I don't really want him in the game. Mutaito, I don't really want in the game either. Tambourine, I'd be indifferent to. I'd say that's neutral. He was in BT3. Drum, I don't really care about, not that much. King Piccolo, absolutely throw him back in there. That's an iconic Dragon Ball character, 100%. Mr. Popo, throw him in there as well. I think that could be a super sick pick. He could be like, he could actually be playable now for the first time. I think that would be super, super sick. Kami, I don't really care about. I'd say, Goku Teen, I don't really care if they were to add a version from Dragon Ball. I think we have enough Goku already, even though later on down the list, I'm probably going to add more Goku forms. But Chi-Chi, absolutely yes. Throw her into S. Yes, Bandai, I need this. A playable fighter Chi-Chi would be so sick, and I'm not talking about her as a kid. Don't give me that bullshit as a kid. I don't want that. I want adult Chi-Chi, because she's a badass. She does martial arts. She fights Goku. You know what I mean? She's got some cool moments. Throw her a bone. You know what I mean? Throw her a bone. I think, honestly, I think that could be super sick. Piccolo, Great Namekian. I don't really care about having a giant Piccolo, except Orange Piccolo, but we'll get to that. Garumis, don't really care about. Not really. Lucifer, Farmer with a shotgun. Throw that in S. I think that could be a great gag character. I think that could be one of the coolest ones added to the game of all time. King Kai. I'd be neutral if they added King Kai. That could be kind of cool. Apool. He was in BT3. Don't really care about Apool. I'm gonna be really honest with you. Spice could be cool. That could be cool. I'd throw that in neutral. I like his hair a lot. That's from the Garlic Jr. movie, Dead Zone movie. I forgot which one it was. Salt. I don't really care about. Like, these are like the little goons. I don't really care about as much. Goku Ascended Super Saiyan. I don't really care to have this. We already have the version of Ascended Saiyan, or the armor that he's wearing when he goes Ascended Saiyan. I'd say that's another don't really care about it that much. Cell Perfect Powerhouse. Same thing. I don't really want like a max charge, like bulky version of a character. It's another Arqua. This is from the Otherworld Tournament arc. I don't really care about either. Olibu. Pycon. Yes, that is a want. I do want Pycon back. Not quite S though. I do love Pycon, but not quite an S. Goku Super Kaioken. Another don't really care to have that in there. It's all right. Great Saiyaman 2. Yes, throw that back in the game. It was a pretty cute addition. I think Videl, I think most of you guys can agree. In Sparking Zero, Videl deserves more love. She doesn't have a version of her in Super. She doesn't have a version, like, she has very few costumes. I think Videl is an underrated character in Sparking Zero as of right now. Even if this is just a skin, I do want this in the game. Supreme Kai. I was actually really surprised that Supreme Kai was not in the game to begin with. I definitely think he should be in there. Kibito, I'm neutral if they want to add him. Mighty Mask, that's C tier. I don't really care. As a matter of fact, no, don't add Mighty Mask. As a matter of fact, don't even add that. No one wants that. Bibidi, I'm kind of indifferent to. I really don't care if they were to add it, but not really. Pui Pui. I don't think this was a playable character, but he was in one of Babidi's abilities in BT3. I don't think I really want to have him in the game either. He's kind of just cannon fodder as a game. Yakon could be a cool character. He's also the same thing as like Pui Pui, but I don't know. I'll throw him in C tier, but he's like a higher C tier. Elder Kai. We absolutely do not need Elder Kai in the game. Like, some of these on this list, I'm like, okay, come on, dude. Like, really? Kibito Kai could be cool from GT. Could be cool. It's like, you know, same tier as like, I'd say I'd put that in a want. I don't really care about Kibito Kai. And as a matter of fact, I think I'll throw Supreme Kai back down to A tier as well, because I don't really care to have these characters. They're not ones that I would really play, but yeah, I'll throw those back down into A. North Supreme Kai? No one wants these. These guys also have like about the same screen time as Bibidi. No one really wants these. I don't want these personally. Don't add these to the game. Don't waste the character slots on these. Super Boo Piccolo Absorbed. On this list, there's more Boo absorbed forms. They're like later down the line. Let me see if I can find them. Tien, Yamcha absorbed, Vegeta absorbed, Frieza absorbed, and Cell absorbed. They're whatever to me. I think I'd be like, oh, cool. They added them to the game if they got added, but realistically, there's not something that I like absolutely want, you know? Go Cool! My #1 pick as a what if fusion above anything else is Go Cool. I've been saying this on Twitter for like the last couple months as Sparking Zero was getting hyped up. I absolutely would love to see a Go Cool fusion between Hercule and Goku. If you did not know what that is, now you do. It was in Budokai 2. It was like a little what if transformation with the Patara earrings in Budokai 2. Vegito Jawbreaker. That would be funny. Be really funny, but I don't want that. Super Satan, I think could be funny, but I'll throw it into A tier. It could be like a fun little what if or whatever. But yeah, I kind of want that. Tagoma could be interesting. I'll throw that in neutral. Same with all of these. Monaka. Monaka could be a fun one. That could be a fun gag character. I kind of do want that. Botamo, well, these are Tournament of Power characters, so I'd say they're neutral to them. They're not characters that I absolutely want, but I'll throw them in neutral. Vados, I'll throw it in neutral. Champa, I think should be a playable character. Yeah, I kind of want that. Copy Vegeta, do not add that. That is such a waste of a slot. Future Mai. Ooh, Future Mai could be cool, but only if they add Bulma. Okay, so I'm gonna throw that in want. I think they could do characters like Future Mai or characters that are non-key users or non-flyable characters. I think they could totally do that as long as they do Bulma first. You have to do Bulma first. If you're gonna include characters like that, you gotta do Bulma first 100%. Gowasu, I'm neutral to that as well. As a matter of fact, I'd say like it's an I don't really want him in the game that much, to be honest. Future Trunks Super Saiyan Rage. Given that this is technically a new form, I do want this a lot. I think that could be sick. It could also be a way to distinguish the Super Future Trunks to the Z version of Future Trunks. So yeah, I'd say I want that. Basil, Lavender, Majin Buu Shape Up. I don't know why you'd want this. I think it'd be cool if you could have like a reskin of that. I'd say I'm neutral to that, like a reskin of Majin Buu. Catopesra, I'd say Ganos, Ubuni, Kokote, Casserole, I think having the other Namekians could be cool. I'd be neutral to having those in there. It's not something that I really want, but I think it'd be cool to have them in there. Iwan, I'm neutral to. Hellis, I'm neutral to. These like Tournament of Power characters, I'm kind of like just throwing in like the neutral category just because I'm cool with them. I think Belmod out of all of them would be a sick one. I just like his design more, so I'll throw him in want. Gene, I'd say Paragus from Dragon Ball Super Broly. Yes, I think we should have a playable Paragus. I think because he's a Saiyan, like he's a Saiyan that survived, I think him being a playable character could actually be a cool little addition to the roster. I'd say I'd throw him in want. Gohan from Superhero. I'm going to pin the images down here because I'm gonna probably throw all of the ones from Superhero into please Bandai, I need this tier. Gohan Superhero, Piccolo Superhero, Pan from Superhero, Goten from Superhero, Trunks from Superhero, Gotenks from Superhero. Even not this version, I'd throw him probably, if it's the fat version, I'd throw him in A tier. It's probably talking about the adult version of Goten and Trunks fusing, but no, I'd throw that in A tier. Gamma 1 and 2, yes, and yes, I know there is a Superhero DLC that's on the way. We don't know when it's going to come out quite yet, so I'm throwing these into S because these are characters that I absolutely want to see. And I don't actually know if they're going to include Pan, Goten, and Trunks. We don't know. It could be Gohan, Piccolo, and the Gammas, and Cell Max, obviously. I think they're going to throw in Cell Max as well, so yeah. Goku Mini Super Saiyan. Yes, I need this Bandai. I need that for Daima. I need Vegeta Mini from Daima in there as well. Supreme Kai from Daima, don't really care about. Glorio could be cool. We don't know anything about him. At the time of this recording, only Daima Episode 1 has come out, so we don't really know anything about his characters, too much. Pansy, I'm neutral to. Goma, I'm neutral to. These are Daima characters. I'm neutral to the Daima characters except for Dr. Arinsu. She is so bad. Need that Bandai. Bandai, if you're listening to me right now, please. Goku Black Super Saiyan. I was actually surprised this wasn't in the base game, so I'd throw that in S. I need that. Need that. Vegeta Perfected Super Saiyan Blue and Goku Perfected Super Saiyan Blue. I'm neutral to those being added. I understand that they are technically different forms, but I'm neutral to them. Maris, neutral to that one. Yunba, Yuzun, that guy. Zayogi, neutral to. 7-3, neutral. Saganbo, neutral. All right, that's an All of these are Moro definitely has to be added at some point. Moro 100% has to be added at some point down the line. People are going to be begging for that. I already want to see that, but I understand, like, some of the newer characters that are in the manga are tied up by rights issues and stuff like that, so that's why it's not there, but, it's whatever. Same with Granola, definitely want to see that. True Ultra Instinct Goku, I think we could also see that in there. It's more of a want. That's more of a want because we have enough UI players on Sparking Zero as is. We don't need to give them another form currently. Maybe down the line, yeah, go ahead, but it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, we absolutely need this right now, bro, please. Nah, you guys can keep it, you know what I mean? You guys can keep it for now. Ultra Ego, on the other hand, yes, let's get that one in there. Let's get that one in there immediately. Goku MUI, key avatar, I'm neutral to that one being added. Elec, Maki, Oil, and Gas, they're all characters that I'm pretty neutral to having added. I think Gas is more of like a, it might be a higher one. Could be a higher one, but realistically, still kind of neutral. It's like a lower A tier. Tarble, yes. Tarble is a character that does not get nearly enough love, and it's not nearly talked about enough. They bring him up in the Broly movie, but Tarble, absolutely. Add him to the game. He can be weak, he can be whatever, but I think having him in there would be such a cool addition, you know? Trunks, Dragon Ball GT. Trunks from Dragon Ball GT, I'm more neutral to having Trunks from Dragon Ball GT because he doesn't have any really special moves. What I would like from him is a skin for one of the future Trunkses, or maybe having Trunks from Superhero have a skin for the GT version of him, but not a whole separate character, you know what I mean? Vegeta, Dragon Ball GT, I think should be a character. I think it's interesting to have his like whole different outfit scheme and like color scheme and all of that in GT. I definitely think they should do that instead of it just being baby Vegeta. Even if it's just a reskin of like end Vegeta, I think should still be in there. Goten, Dragon Ball GT. Again, I don't really care about the GT version as much. I'll throw him in neutral with Trunks, but I'd rather have this version of Goten just be a reskin of the superhero version. I know that they're like slightly different in age. Gohan, Dragon Ball GT could be a cool skin, but I don't really want it myself, to be honest. Bra, she is also a Saiyan and she's not in the game. I believe she's in like Legends, I think. She's been added as a playable character in Legends, but I'm kind of neutral to having her in there as well. Like more of a higher neutral, could be interesting, but do not add Bra if you don't add Bulma, okay? Do not add Bra if you don't add Bulma. I want Bulma so bad. Put Bulma in the game. Legic could be cool. Throw that in high neutral. Could be a cool character. Throw that in high neutral. Lude, don't want that. Don't want another giant character. General Rildo, I will throw in A tier. I think he's a good fighter in GT, and like Goku even is like, oh, I'm like having to actually fight this guy when he's in his kid form, and I think that he should be a playable character. I'm also a little biased toward this character because I had a toy of him when I was growing up, so I'd throw that in A tier. Dr. Mew, don't really want. I'd say like it's an eh. Baby, base form baby could be crazy. I think that actually would be super sick, and I want to throw that in S because we only see baby Vegeta, right? But we don't ever see baby himself, and I think that could be a really cool and sick character, just having like base form baby. Goku Golden Great Ape, we do not need that. We do not need that. Hellfighter 17, this is the version that absorbs the other 17 that's in like the actual world. I do not want that either. Haze Shenron, I'm kind of indifferent to them. I'm kind of like, we don't really need them because they're just okay. Nova Shenron, I think, is the only one that I really kind of want, and I'll throw him in the want category, but that's only because he was in BT3 and had some cool moves in that game. Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. I'm neutral to having these added. They could be skins. Again, they could be skins. You could do a Daima Goku skin or a Daima Vegeta skin if these get added, and you can just make them Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. I think that would be a cool thing to do. Like, even though they're different characters, obviously, I don't think they're going to have vastly different movesets than Mini Goku and Mini Vegeta in the actual timeline, you know? So, okay, these Saiyan characters, I think, could be cool additions. I'm gonna say that I'm pretty neutral to all of them except Fasha because we already had Fasha. We had Fasha in BT3, so I'll throw her in the want category because she was already there. But Borgos, Tora, Shugesh, not characters that I really, really want. King Vegeta could be sick. I think having King Vegeta could be a sick addition because also he was in BT3 as well. Garlic Jr. base form, not that I really care about Garlic Jr. base form, but he was in BT3, and having him be able to transform out of like a little runt to like a really big muscle mass could be a cool addition as well. Ginger, don't really care about. Nikki, don't really care about. It's more of an eh. Sancho, don't care about as much. Dr. Cochin, don't really care about. Don't really care about these. I'll throw all of these in eh. Dies, Amond, Cacao, Raisin, Lacasai. Those are their names? I didn't even know that. I gotta be real. There's some of these characters as I'm ranking them, like I recognize where they're from, but I'm like, oh wait, you had actual names, you know? Pseudo Super Saiyan Goku could be a cool addition. I think I'm gonna throw that in want, just because it's kind of a silly transformation, and it's kind of like, oh, we don't know what color Super Saiyan's gonna be at the time, and so they added that into the anime, you know, some of the promotional material, like some of the movies. I throw that in want. That could be cool. Salza, he was in BT3, but I don't really care about having him added. Dore, Knees, Cooler, metal cooler core, I don't want that. I don't see how that could even be like an actual thing that would be viable in the game. He's just all tied up in the big Getty star with wires and stuff. Not really something that I want. Android 14 and 15 could be cool. I'll throw those in neutral. Those are like characters that could potentially have some sauce in the games, because they're the androids that go into Super Android 13 to make him, you know, big or whatever. Paragus Dragon Ball Z, same thing as the other Paragus. I'm gonna throw him into A tier. I do want the version from Super Broly to be there more than the Z version, though. Kogu, I'm neutral to. Zangya being re-added, I'm kind of neutral to her as well. She could be added. She could be cool. She was in BT3. Beto, I don't even know who that is. Bio Broly. No one wants that. I'm not even gonna contemplate it. Nobody wants Bio Broly. Get that out of my face. Veku, I don't really want that either. That's like the other version of Goku and Vegeta fusing, isn't it? Or I don't even remember what that is. No, don't want that. Hoi, don't really care about having him added. Akka, nah, I'm all right. Bardock Super Saiyan from the Bardock special episode where he goes back in time. I do really want that. I absolutely want Bardock to have Super Saiyan form, because I think my brother and I have had this argument before. He says that this is canon because it was like newer Dragon Ball that was animated for that special where he fights Lord Chilled, but I don't think it is canon. Someone can correct me in the comments, but either way, I want it to be in the game. I think it's really cool that he has that, but he's like back in time with it, you know? Lord Chilled, I think, is a want. I think it could be a cool little addition to the game. Majin Ozato, I'm gonna be so honest with you, I don't even know who that is. Maybe that makes me a fraud of Dragon Ball. I don't even know who that is. I'm throwing that in. I don't even want that. I don't know what that is. Hachiyak. That is from that one Dragon Ball special. I can't remember what it was called. It's like Eradicate the Saiyans. I'd throw that in want. That could be a cool character. He seems like super, super strong, and he fights like all of the Z fighters at the same time. That could be sick. Cellin. That is a BT1 reference for those who've played that. There's a what if in Budokai 1 where Cell absorbs Krillin instead of Android 18 because he pushes her out of the way, and Cell sucks him up and becomes like significantly weaker right before the Cell games happen. You play as Cellin and you beat Tien and Yamcha, and that's how you progress that what if or whatever. It's super silly, but I always thought it was really cool. I'm gonna throw that in want. I love what if stuff to a certain degree. You know, heroes might get a little crazy with it, you know what I mean? But to a certain degree, I like what if stuff. Tiencha, we were just talking about these two. I think this would be a cool fusion to have in the game, just because, no disrespect to my goat Tien, I actually do play him in Sparking Zero, but I think it could be cool if they had like a little what if fusion in the game too. The other great apes, Nappa, Raditz, and Turles Great Ape. Like I said before with Goku's Great Ape form, I would throw those in neutral. I don't really care if they're in the game or not. Like, they don't really do anything for me because I don't ever play the big characters. I just don't like them. But I don't know. They could be cool. They were in BT3. I don't see why not. Youth. I believe this is from Heroes. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I get anything wrong in this video, you guys don't ever hesitate to correct me, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Youth, I'd say Shun Shun Haru. I don't know who that is at all. Cell X, I don't know what that is. The Masked Saiyan. This is a very popular character from Heroes. I know this one from my research. I would say the Masked Saiyan, I'd be neutral to them adding that. It could be cool. Toa, Vegeta Super Saiyan 3. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Vegeta does have Super Saiyan 3. We just never see it happen. So yeah, throw it in there. You know, you could just tack it on to Vegeta End, and I think that it could be in there. I'm gonna throw that in S tier. Broly Super Saiyan 3, on the other hand, I'd be neutral if they added it. It's not something that I totally want, but I'd be neutral if they added it. Hero. I don't really want the Heroes characters in the games, just because I feel like that small part of the fandom is gonna be like, oh, well, you added this one, give us the rest of the roster, and like and then I don't want focus to be on those characters. I'd rather have characters that like are in canon more than ones that aren't, you know? The Future Warrior, having your own character from Xenoverse in the game. Again, I don't think I really want that in there. I would say if they added this feature, it's not something that I really want. I think it could be really cool to have it explored if every character that you added, right? Like if I added my Xenoverse character, it looked like my Xenoverse character, but had the same moves. Anyone who imports their character from Xenoverse 2, you have the same move set overall. You know, I think that would be fair. Chronoa, this is another Xenoverse character. Tekka, I don't know who some of these are. As I'm ranking them, dude, like, I gotta be real. Some of these I don't know. Like, some of this is like hardcore stuff. Kakaroli, the fusion between Broly and Kakarot. I think that's less than neutral. I'd be like, why did you add this, you know? I don't really want that much, honestly. It's cool. It's a cool idea, but it's not something that I really want. X Gohanks. I don't know what some of these are, man. I'm gonna... I don't know. Janembu. That's another eh. Saluza. Eh. Weirus. What are we doing? Is this a fusion between Beerus and... What? What is this next one? Kakaroli Black? What? Eh. Android 21. Yes, I do want Android 21 in the game. I think that should have been one of the... I think she should have been there on launch. She's a super popular character. Shallot could be cool. I'd throw that in neutral. I'd be all right if they added that. Giblet, throw that in there in neutral tier. Shallot, I think there's their fusion. I'll throw that in neutral as well. Zaha, C tier. Bonyu, C tier. Gohan Black is already in Sparking Zero. Spoilers if you didn't know that already, but if you're watching this video and you're asking for more characters, I would hope that you're probably versed on Sparking Zero already, but I would say Gohan Black absolutely is worth adding to the game as a playable character. I will throw him in S. Also, Gohan is my favorite character, so he's definitely going in S. I think any other variation of Gohan I will gladly accept. Beat could be cool. Throw him in B tier. Note, C tier. Chamel, C tier. Xeno Trunks, absolutely, yes. But you don't need to add a whole new character for him. Literally just add a reskin. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna add that to the wants. Maybe they could make a Xeno Trunks if he has like all of his extra forms, like his god form and stuff like that. That could actually be cool. Xeno Goku, I would like it as a skin. I do want that as a skin. Not necessarily as the character, but I want it as a skin. Xeno Vegeta, I would like that as a skin as well. Xeno Goten, I don't really care about Xeno Goten. Xeno Bardock, I'd be neutral to them adding that. Maybe if it was a skin. Xeno Gogeta, again, could be a skin, but I'm gonna say I'm neutral to the fusion skins because I think they actually look a little bit worse in Heroes than they do in their original form. VJX could be cool. I'd say it's neutral to that one as well. Meki Kabura. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. What is... It's not a Dragon Ball character. That's C tier. Poutine, C tier. Salsa, C tier. Gravy, C tier. Shroom, C tier. Are we cooking stew right now? What is going on? Dark Broly, I don't really want that much. Silas, don't really want. Majin Finn, don't really want. Universe Tree, Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan, don't really care about these forms. The Berserk form either. Don't really care about these two forms. Cumber, neutral on that one, I guess. Golden Cooler, neutral on that one. Don't really care about Golden Cooler that much, honestly. I think Golden Freeze is cool, but I think Cooler getting an upgrade is kind of like, we don't really need it. I think Cooler on his own is already cool. Cayman, I'd say neutral. Orin, I'm also neutral to. Kamorian, or that's more of an not neutral to it, but it's like Lags, C tier. Hearts, C tier. Turles, Super Dragon Ball Heroes. I don't really want another form of Turles, honestly. Crimson Masked Saiyan could be cool. I'd be neutral to that, I guess. Kind of the same thing with like the other Masked Saiyan. Future Warrior in Black. I think having a variation for Future Gohan would be cool. So I'm gonna say as a skin, yeah, throw that in A tier. Aos, C tier. Gohan Super Saiyan 3, I love Gohan, but I don't think he needs a Super Saiyan 3. That's a C tier as well. Gohan Super Saiyan 4 as a what if character? Yeah, I'd be neutral to that, but like super low neutral. Future Trunks Super Saiyan 3, again, don't really want that. The only reason that I wanted Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is because it's implied that he has it. Gotenks DBGT. So if it's like an adult version of Gotenks, whether it's from GT or Superhero, yes, absolutely should be in the game. I think that later on down the line, they're probably going to show that to us. They keep teasing it. They haven't officially shown it yet, but I'll throw that in S tier. You know, whether or not it's GT or Superhero, either version of it's fine. Gogeta Golden Great Ape? Absolutely not. Get that out of my face. Future Gohanks. Ooh, wait a minute. Gohan and Trunks fusing in the future? I'd be neutral to that. I think that'd be kind of cool to see. I'm neutral to that. Raditz Super Saiyan 3? He ain't even got Super Saiyan 1! Oh, man. That's a C tier. Nappa Super Saiyan 3? We're just skipping the original form. I don't want Nappa Super Saiyan. It is funny that his beard is glowing on that picture, though. Broly Great Ape? Nah, I don't want a Great Ape form. Broly Super Saiyan 4? I don't really want that either. I think his Berserk forms are way cooler. Maybe they're gonna go like a Primal route with Super Broly. People have been saying they're hinting at that a little bit or whatever, and I'd be cool with that. But like the current version of Super Saiyan 4, I don't think would really look look good on him with the red. King of Destruction, Baby Janemba. What is that? That's a C tier. A Rayleigh. Yes, throw a Rayleigh in S from Dr. Slump. Also a character that was in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. She was kind of a gag character. She absolutely would just tank damage as you hit her. Should be back in the game. Yeah, I think as a little homage. Krillin. Is this Krillin and Piccolo? Why? Who wants that? No, sir. As a matter of fact, no, put that in F. Nobody wants that. Neko Majin Z. I'll throw that in C tier. Kuriza, I'd say C tier. Jocko. Yes, throw Jocko in Want. I want Jocko in the game. Yeah, I think that could be a cool addition. Gine. Yes, that could be a sick addition. Gine, I think, would be a cool addition because she's Bardock's wife, Goku's mother. She's a woman Saiyan, which we don't really see very often. We have Fasha, but she's not even in the game either. I definitely think she'd make a good addition. I think we should put her in the game. Yamcha reincarnated. What? Do not want another version of Yamcha, just like this other one that's already in there. Goku Gohan fusion as Gakhan. That's a want. I do really want them to add that because that's like, that almost happens in the actual show. Honestly, as like maybe a what if or like potential character that could be added, I think having that fusion between them could be super sick. Goku Super Saiyan 5 and Vegeta Super Saiyan 5. As much as I've theorized and like, you know, I've talked since I was a kid about how much I would love to see that, it's more of a want than anything else. It'd be cool to have those in the game, but it's not anything insane, right? Like, it's not like a Bandai, I'm on my knees asking you for this, because there's not really any version of Dragon Ball that's ever shown that. I think like maybe AF or some of the other like fan-made or like spin-off whatevers have done that, but it's never been officially shown, so it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, I absolutely need. But like for like the kid inside me, I'm throwing those in A tier. With that being said, this is my list of potential characters that could be added to Sparking Zero. If you have any that you think that I might have missed or that this list might have missed, please let us know in the comments and let us know who you want to have in the game yourselves. Your list might look different than mine, but that's the absolute beauty of tier lists, is that everybody's got their opinion. Let us know what you think in the comments about my list. Let us know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.